Alright, well, it's been probably about a year since we looked at or worked on this. Haven't really had time to work on it, but basically last seen we were working on the hydraulic cylinders. We ran it a little bit, but it's developed another issue, and I believe the head gasket is bad. So we're gonna start tearing into that and hopefully fix that. I've had the kit to put a head gasket in this for, I don't know, 6 to 8 months now. Got a little bit extra time here, so decided that we should put it in the shop and work on it. So let's get right to it. The fact that I had to use an acetylene torch to get the muffler off. Hopefully that's not an indicator how this project's gonna go. Alright, next we gotta pull the hood off, and then we get down to business. So I just kind of dust all this motor here a little bit. I think I'm just going to put you guys on a little bit of time lapse. I'm just going to start taking stuff apart and setting it aside, and we'll be back with you when we get to the interesting parts. Come here. Look. Okay, what do you think here, pup? Man, look at that ponytail. Wow. Wow. All right. Oh, jeez. That was wild. Okay, so we gotta pull this valve train off of here. So I like to use a piece of cardboard so you can lay everything out like this. You got your front of your motor. Then you just poke holes in for the push rods. But in doing so, I don't really know if it shows up in camera. Oh, yeah, it definitely does. Found a bent push rod. So, guess we're gonna have to get a new one of them. On cylinder number 2. Okay, this head should be loose. Let's see if we can pick up on her a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna pick this by hand. Fortunately, we got these logging sweeps. Got a built-in gantry crane in here. Alright, let's get some straps and see what we can do with that. Alright, well, maybe a little crude, but we went around the intake horn, the exhaust manifold, looped back up around, and up over here, and I think this should be enough to pick it. It should be pretty heavy, pretty centered, because this side should be the heavy side. And we got some boards down here, a t-shirt. We're going to try and sling it right over here. So let's set the camera down and we'll give this a shot. Scoot on here to the other side. Alright, now, where's our problem? Oh boy. Problems. Oh, that's not good. Yep, that's probably not good. Yep. Okay, the fact that there is a lot of water in here. Okay, we'll get this cleaned up, but I'd have to say that's probably a good part of our problem there. So there's nothing here that immediately jumps out at me saying bad head gasket, but I know we had some sort of leakage here because there's some coolant in the oil, and also I know when you'd run it and get it hot and let it set for a little bit, it would fill up number 2 cylinder with coolant, I'm assuming, and I'm assuming that's also what led to the bent push cylinder, because that was also cylinder number 2 there. So we'll get this all cleaned up, we'll put a new head gasket in it, we'll take a look at the head, obviously vacuum out the cylinders and such, and we'll see what we're looking like. I mean, I didn't get this thing hot at all. When I realized what was happening, I'm like, okay, well, we gotta stop using this. So alright, well, let's get to that. Let's get this thing sprayed down with degreaser and power washed off, and now I'm sure I'm gonna get screamed at for that, but you know, it works. I'm gonna blow everything off real quick and then hit it with a little bit of WD-40 so it don't surface rust immediately. Got our new head gasket here. Line it up there. Line it up there. Make sure everything's good. Okay. Now comes the task of getting that behemoth back on the deck. Alright, well, we improved our rigging slightly. So we got a chain going off this center valve train bolt, which should be okay. Going up over the sling. Down under the cylinder. to the sweep or the chain puller. So by doing that, when we pull this, it gives us elevation on the other side. So I'm kind of hoping I can run this from the other side of the machine. We haven't tested it yet. We'll give it a shot. So let's see how this works. Alright, there we have it. Where it should be. Set down the dowels. Actually worked pretty good. Didn't really expect that to work that well, but let's get this whole thing off. Get some head studs in here and get this torqued down. Alright, that's the head torque down. Did it in 3 stages. Started at 30, 60, and then I did about 100 on the last one. I'm running a deep socket, so I figure that'll make up for it, but it's supposed to be 90. Never really hurts to over torque a little bit, especially on these old engines, and reusing the same studs. So yeah, that should be good there. Not the conventional way, but I straighten this bush right out. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And since we're kind of balling on a budget here, this slightly bent push rod, it's gonna work just fine. So let's get all these put back in, and we can start putting the valve train back together. sure how much you can see this, but we found one more. It's got a slight bend in it. We're gonna go straighten that quick. We're gonna throw the valve train on here quick. It's always fun. Oh, it's not bad. You just gotta line everything up. Get all your studs going first. That helps jab all them up. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Because we gotta actually press some of these valves. As you see here. Alright, let me look at the torque spec. Alright, got the valve train torqued down. Time to put the injector lines on. Start putting this side of the motor back together. Alright, I think I got enough of this back together that we can try and fire this. So we're just going to put some water in the radiator there and give her a crank. I feel like this is getting pretty full. Yep, it's getting full. Alright, she gonna fire or blow up? Ooh, we don't know that yet. Juice there. Ground. Ground. Turn that on. Alright, we got fuel injectors. Snug them up. Snug. All right, give her a whack. Almost. seems to run good, so we did something good there apparently. A couple days later, they sent me the wrong oil filter. But luckily, I have this one for a case 1840. It happens to be the same size filter. Well, close enough to work, so gonna yank that off. Definitely tell there's coolant getting mixed in here. There's a little bit of oil on there, so just crank that on there. Pull that off, and just like that. Okay, good to go. Get some that filter back, or might actually be able to use that. Put this over here on our drain. Okay. All right, now we gotta drop the oil out. So we gotta drop the oil out of it. Got a drain pan under there now. So just gotta roll under there, pull the plug, and hopefully it drains out nicely. And we gotta put the boost tube back on it. Hook up our crankcase vent. Double check, oh, we hook our intake up. Double check our water level. New oil in it. And then we should be good to actually go and like run it around, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to and whatnot. Oh, this poor old dozer, she's had a rough life, to say the least. That one there's the ticket. Oh boy. I knew that was gonna get a little bit chaotic. Okay. Got everything buttoned back up here, besides the hood and the exhaust. It calls for 11 quarts. And I like to run Rotella 1540 in it. I run that in all my machines unless they call for other, which the skid steer does take something different. That is that 1040, I believe that is. I don't know, it's not, that takes full synthetic, or 540 maybe. Generally, just about all my older stuff takes the same 1540, so that's why we just buy the 5-gallon jug. One of these days, I should probably just buy a drum of it, but so 12 quarts is 3 gallons, takes 11, so I'm gonna put the good part of this jug in there. We get to fire her up and put her outside, run her about half, 3/4 throttle, and get her warmed up. Check the coolant, make sure it's not leaking out again, and we can go work her a little bit. I don't really have anything necessarily to do with it, but actually that's a lie. I got some dirt I can push up with it. There we go. Right, almost to the full mark. New battery would be helpful. Never really had a good battery in this. And the other thing that I kind of forgot about, so it caused some starting issues. This battery cable is not, for the ground, is not very tight. So that's going to cause some serious issues. I think we're going to end up just taking that out and putting a new bolt in there. But, or maybe moving it over here. I'm not really sure yet. But anyway, that's caused some no start issues, or bad cranking issues, because if you don't have a ground to the battery, I mean, it's not going to put power out either. So, all right, let's get the battery in here first. That could cause some issues too. Let's see if we got a new terminal for that. I do not have a new battery terminal right now, but let's take care of this loose connection. Let's get this positioned where we want it here. I think we go with something like that, it'll be better. Okay. All right. This one's mostly there, so I think we'll be okay for now, but definitely gotta get a new battery connector, battery terminal. For now, we'll just put vice grips on it. Alright, we got a pair of vice grips here we'll just use to clamp this temporarily. Snug that up a little bit better. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll wrap this up in a rag. Okay. So we should be good there. Alright. Okay, battery connected. These Internationals, they got a start position, so that's off. That's start, like just timing, dumps a bunch of fuel in it, so we're neutral. And there we have it. For a couple minutes now. Last I checked, the thermostat didn't open yet. We'll check it now. 172 there. 132. I think it's slowly opening. 180 there. Pretty confident that I think it seems to be working okay. Let's run around and work it a little bit. Alright, let's check on the temperatures now. Some hard work for it. Yeah, okay, we'll ignore that. Alright, what do we got now? 200, 166. Alright. Yeah, we're doing good now. No leaks. Okay. Alright, I feel pretty good about that. I think we fixed the problem. Let's, I just did this job and I power raked this field and I got all this, it's grass and there's some topsoil in it. Anyway, I want to stack it up. I want to let it rot up here, but I think this is my topsoil setup. That's all topsoil there, and I load it on the screen, but that's another project. But I'd like to put it where that is, but you know, I think for now let's just stack it up against my topsoil and I'll move it later with the excavator. Oh, girl still runs pretty good. Alright, let's do a temp check here. Look at that, 175 up top. That one's really hard to go by, it's infrared. So we got, yeah, about 150, okay. And we got about 180 something coming out of the heat exchanger. That's because the oil's hot. We got 138 in the hose, up the tank, 168. I'd say that problem is fixed. I'd have to say that the head gasket was definitely the problem, because this thing used to overheat like crazy. And really it was an externally, it used to come out of there. But she's running nice and cool now, and it's running good. So I think that's ground to put this back together. Well, there it is, all buttoned back up, put back together. Seems to be running good, no issues, no overheating. Could this use some more work? Yeah, of course it can. I mean, the tracks are worn, the blade's got some slop, and the temp gauge don't work. It can use tinkering, but you know, it's an old dozer. I've since bought a newer dozer, so I really don't need this anymore. But still wanted to give it the time it deserves to fix it up a little bit, get it at least usable. Not sure if I'm going to keep it or sell it. It's a good solid machine. And like I said, it's an old dozer. But I think this makes a pretty good video. I mean, you know, we bought it, tinkered with it a little bit, used it some, did some work to it, broke it, fixed it again, ran it a little bit, and here we are. So thank you guys for watching this, and we'll catch you on the next one.